Welcome back to another episode of the Be That Christian podcast. I am your host, Alex Gibson, and with me is B. Diddy, Brian Rush. I got told to say that. That was special request.
I know who told you that. Oh, Derek.
It was. He said, you have to introduce him this way on the next one. I was like, okay.
Oh,
That's funny, B. Diddy.
that is funny. He's a funny guy.
He is a funny guy. Well, that was a fantastic introduction. But this is episode 10.
Yeah, buddy.
Episode 10. We got 9 in the books already. This is number 10. And I just want to apologize. We've been away for a couple weeks. It's just been so busy. We had I was away for the winter workshop, and then before that I wasn't feeling well, and then Brian wasn't feeling well. So we just it was hard to get the times lined up. But finally, we're back to it. So, and also I'll just say this first off. This episode, the theme of this episode is going to be gossip.
Ooh.
Just gossip. But before we get into our first segment, I do want to do a little bit of house cleaning stuff. So the first thing I want to mention is here at the winter workshop, some of you listening, you may know Brian Schultz and Jason Cole.
Yeah, buddy.
And I had the opportunity, which I had planned this for a long time, so I was like really excited for it for a long time. I was originally going to send them something, and I had like these cool little boxes that had like our logo and stuff on it.
Sweet.
But due to that bad weather we had and some delays in shipping, I wasn't able to get everything in time. And then by that time, I knew I was going to see them at winter workshops. So I was like, I'll just wait.
Yeah.
And it was really cool. Getting to see just their reactions like in person. I'm glad that I waited.
That's much better.
I got them some cool stuff that I just they're both autograph cards of like some players that I knew they would like. I got Brian a Pete Rose card.
Sweet.
Autograph, which a lot of younger people may not know who he is, but he was one of the greatest baseball players of all time. Maybe not a great dude, but he was a great baseball player. He had a little bit of a sketchy character.
Yeah.
And then I got Jason a Christian Leitner card.
Ooh.
One of the most hated people in sports.
Yeah, especially in Kentucky.
Kentucky especially is one. And it's just kind of like all the blue schools just don't like each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Which I don't have a dog in any of those fights. So I'm not.
Me neither.
I'm not
really.
huge fan. I'm not tried and true fans of any of them. But it was cool to see their reaction to that stuff.
That's awesome.
And they seem to really enjoy it. And what I'm going to do here in a second, I'm actually going to play a clip from their most recent episode, which, for those of you who don't know, they host a podcast. It's called the Theology Nerds.
Yeah.
I assume a lot of people that probably listen to me have probably listened to or have heard of them before already, but if you haven't, definitely check them out.
Oh, yeah.
They have a ton of episodes so far. I think they have over maybe 50 episodes. Or I'm not entirely sure. They have a lot of episodes out so far.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they're both a lot smarter than me. And they're called the theology nerds for a reason. They go really deep into some stuff and have tremendous respect for both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really appreciative that they mentioned us on their platform.
That's
so
awesome.
I'll play a little clip here in a second of that. I'll go ahead and play it right now.
So we Alex, dude, thank you.
Yeah.
For that. It's gonna look great in my office, and really appreciate Be That Christian podcast.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they are worth listening. Alex, I've had Alex as a student when I've taught for Derek. Alex is sharp.
Same here. Sharp dude.
And loves the Lord. He's going to do great things. And Brian Rush, who's
Brian Rush, his
with him on that
co-host.
one of my absolute favorite people in the world.
You think of a more humble, more likable person than
I love
Brian?
man. I love Brian, man, and
How in the world is he Blake's brother? How'd that happen?
yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I
No,
love
Blake's a
man,
good dude too. Love
and
all those guys.
yeah, so cool. That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. So that's how winter worship started for me.
That was pretty cool,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for sure. Top notch guys.
They, again, just so appreciative of them, and just the, taking time, because as someone who also does podcasts, I know that the time, it takes time out of your day to do stuff like this,
Yeah, man.
and they do it to such a high quality and high degree that so just a real appreciative of them and all that they've done. Hope to see them again, maybe at some of the camps coming up this summer.
Yeah.
But it's good that we have a camp like this. It's sort of in the middle of winter that kind of like breaks up that long span of not being able to see people.
Yeah, I wish I could have made it. I was so sick, dude. I couldn't go, but I wish I could have made it. That's a great one, winter workshop.
Yeah, I think it's called Winter Worship and Workshop. It's hosted by Barnabas Ministries. It's up in Pigeon Forge. And it was, I had a blast the whole time up in Pigeon Forge. Got to go to some cool shops and
Yeah.
just spend a whole bunch of money. That's all there is to do up there. Just go to restaurants and buy a bunch of stuff you don't need.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's
Yeah, oh yeah.
got to
Good experience.
eat some good food.
Hear some good sermons, man.
I heard some great messages.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were a few speakers I didn't know or didn't know very well, but there wasn't a sermon or a message that I'd heard that I didn't like or was even neutral about. Like I felt like I took something from each one.
Sweet.
Which super appreciative of Barnabas and
Yeah.
all they do to put on that, which I'm always excited. Like last year is my first year, and I'm still excited to go to it every year.
Yeah.
And now, just looking forward to things like the Delmarva Family Christian Camp and Hillsboro Family Camp. Excited about that. That one's going to be fun. Maybe I'll have a few announcements regarding Hillsboro. Maybe not this episode. We're still far away, but
Yeah.
got some cool stuff for Hillsboro coming up.
Sweet.
But yeah, that was really cool getting to see them do all that good stuff. So, Brian, it's been a minute. How you been, dude?
I've been good. Other than being sick. And yesterday when I got home, found out my heating and air unit was messed up. But you know what? I fixed it. I actually fixed it. And what it was, the outside unit, it wouldn't turn on. So I'd been running emergency heat, which is not a good thing. Like when you run emergency heat, dude, your electric company's just like they're raking in like the money. Like
Yeah.
like it's awful. So you don't want to run emergency heat, but you got to do what you got to do.
You already dread the electricity bill in the wintertime,
Yeah.
let alone when something like that happens.
Yeah, and I'd been running it for like 2 days because it had turned really cold again, but it warmed up to the 40s. So I thought, I could turn it back on. When I turned it back on, the blades would not kick in. It just kept making a humming noise. So I'm like, I don't want to call somebody. That's more money. I'm like, let me see if I can figure this out. Internet's it can be a great thing. And I looked it up, and most things was leading towards a capacitor. All right. So I took the thing apart, and I found the capacitor, took all kinds of pictures, because there's a lot of wires there, dude, and you don't want to put it back the wrong way. You want to put it back just right. And the local Ace Hardware, I'd found that they had certain capacitors that might match it up. So I took the old one with me, and they did. They had one, perfect match, the exact numbers. It was a It was a more short, round one. Like the one I had was long and skinny, but it was the exact thing numbers wise. So I was like, well, this will probably work. I hope it works, you know. And so I go to check out, and it's like $35. And then it rung up. She rung it up, you know, for 28. And I'm like, I thought she messed up, but she was like, I took $5 off. And I thought, this girl might be feeling me, you know. Like I thought, you know, but I
What
think it
can I
was.
do for $10
I
off?
I think yeah, I think it was more of a special needs discount, you know. I think she was more like, you know, Forrest Gump's working on his heating and air unit, you know, like that type of like, oh, I feel sorry for this guy. So anyway, you know, I
Who
got
left their kid at Lowe's?
yeah. So I get home, you know, and I put it together, and kick all the breakers back on, you know, and I'm like, oh man, I really hope this works. And turned it on, took a few minutes, and then boom, it brand $28, dude. Fixed my heating and air unit. I was tickled to death.
Isn't YouTube a great thing?
I love it. I love it. So for all your heating and air needs, I got lucky on that one.
I know how I'm introducing you on the next episode. Well, it's good that you got that figured out.
Yeah, I was tickled to death.
It's always like super satisfying when you just look up something and do it yourself instead of paying someone $200 just to come and stare at it.
Oh, dude, that they would have probably let on like that cost $200 for the capacitor. So yeah, you probably would have had like a $600-700 bill or charge. You know, it's untelling.
Which I mean, if you can't do it, you can't do it. So,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, some people can't. You know,
that's the trade game.
Mm-hmm.
But
and I don't recommend anybody just tear apart their heat and air. I mean, at least kick the breakers off. You know, there's stuff in there it'll hurt you.
oh yeah. It takes a lot of power to power those fans
Oh yeah.
and just all that stuff. Which I never mess with any of that. So hopefully it never comes the day. But
Just call me, buddy.
I'll just call Brian. Hey Brian, send me a link to that YouTube video.
Yeah, I'll hook you up.
Well, I'm glad that you've had a eventful time.
Yeah.
It's good to be just back to sort of normalcy now, which classes just started on my last semester.
Yeah, how's that going?
I'm actually really excited for this semester because we're doing epistolary, so that means we're essentially going through all the epistles, and so that excludes the Gospels, Acts, and then we also are excluding Hebrews, Romans, and Revelation because there are separate classes just on those three books.
Oh wow.
So basically, the rest of like the Pauline, Petrine, and John's letters, we'll go through those, and others. Pretty much everything else except for those three, we're going to go through. So it is a longer class. Like it is going to take a few more weeks, but
Yeah.
I'm excited because I feel like there's a lot of things that don't get hit on a lot, and it's going to be really nice to sort of fill in those knowledge gaps with some books you maybe don't hear a lot about. Like you don't hear a lot from second or third, which they're not very big books, but which
They get overlooked a lot.
Like when was the last time you heard something out of Philemon or Philemon?
I really never knew how to pronounce it. Like Philemon.
I've always said Philemon, but I've heard a lot of people say Philemon. So
Philemon.
take your pick.
Filet mignon.
Turn your Bibles to filet mignon. Try it in front of First Imaginations. But yeah, but this will be my last semester,
That's
and
awesome.
then I'm done.
That's awesome. I can remember when you started, dude. Like when you moved down to London and stuff. Like, gosh, man, it really don't seem that long ago, but that's actually been a minute now.
2022.
Yep.
It was like the spring of 22.
That's crazy.
That's it. it doesn't seem that long ago, but that's 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost 4 years to the date. That's, man,
Yeah. 4 years, dude. Fly by.
life changes.
Yeah.
But, now looking on the other side of it, I'm just excited, to get on the other side of it also, and just to see what's out there,
Oh, yeah.
and to hopefully, be wherever God needs me to be.
Yep. Exactly.
And so that'll be fun. So, and one more housekeeping thing. If you listen to the last episode, we talked about alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to make one clarification first. So, because I don't want to go back and change it because you have to take it down and then repost it. So I was like, that's too much work. I've already edited everything. So I mentioned talking about how the process that they make wine today is not the same as what they did back then. That statement is still true. Like, that is 100% true. But
Mhm.
I think that the way that I worded it could have been misleading. So I said that they sort of inject alcohol into the drinks. Which I thought about it, because I think I said that once or twice.
Uh-huh.
So the process, that's not entirely true. I can say it better. So the process today is definitely different. It's definitely a much more manipulated process with additives and everything that does raise the alcohol concentration. And then things are added for flavor, color, all that stuff. So it still is a manipulated process to where it's way more alcohol content than anything remotely. I mean, there's trace amounts of alcohol in so many things that are
Yeah.
not alcoholic drinks.
Yeah.
Like there's like trace amounts of Mountain Dew, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you wouldn't consider Mountain Dew an alcoholic drink.
That's why it's addicting.
That's why it's straight from the Appalachian Mountains. But I just wanted to clarify that, just because if anyone may have caught that or had a hang up on it, or you just didn't know. I just wanted to clarify that. So it's still a manipulated process, still not anything like what they had back then,
Mm-hmm.
but that's a better way to state it.
Yeah.
Okay, housekeeping over. I just wanted to say that. So let's move into our first segment. Speaking of, how I gave Brian and Jason some autograph cards. That is one thing that to me is like, I love autograph cards.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, being a Browns fan, a lot of autographs aren't that expensive. Because I guess not that many people, no one's dying to get some Browns players. But I love it. Like, I have a whole little case of them. A lot of them are like, there are some more expensive ones. Like, I have like, for those of you that know football, like I have like Nick Chubb, which was one of the best running backs ever came through Cleveland. I have a Johnny Manziel. Do you remember who Johnny Manziel is?
Not right off. That name does.
Money Manziel.
Money Manziel.
He was like he won the Heisman, I'm pretty sure, and he was like drafted, like he was like first draft into Cleveland. Like, we had like a lot of hope, which Cleveland's gone through like 50 quarterbacks in the past 20 years, but he's very controversial because he was very similar to like the characters that Brian and Jason like. He was a bit controversial, but I do have one of his autograph cards, and it's one of my favorite possessions that I own.
I'm glad you got that, buddy.
And some Marshall players,
Mm-hmm.
obviously a lot of them aren't expensive either, but I love autographs. Like, I don't know why. Like, it's just cool to me to think. Like, I used to be into like the whole sports cards thing, which I've kind of moved away from it, but I do still like the autograph cards because it's like, it's more than just a piece of cardboard. Like, it actually has, something like that was pinned by like one of your favorite athletes. So that being said, the first question that I wanted to introduce is, if you could have, or it doesn't even have to be one, it could be like three. If you could have like any person's autograph, dead or alive today, whose autograph would you want to have? And you can't say Jesus. You can't say Jesus. Or Paul. You laugh, but you know that there are people out there that truly believe that they have an autographed copy of the Bible. I'm not trying to make fun of people,
No.
but you do know there's definitely a handful out there that truly believe
It's authentic.
This is a first edition signed copy.
Proofed. Oh.
But if you could, or well, here I'll go first, and then you can maybe think about it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Give you a little bit of time to think about it. So for me, and I'm not going to include any autographs that I already have, which I don't have like a crazy amount, but I just kind of like, there's like a player that I like, I'll just pick it up. But, and I'm not talking about athletes either. It could be anybody. It's like, there's movie stars that, or just think about it, just anybody. I mean, really anybody.
Yeah.
One person's autograph I think would be really cool to have. And a lot of people might think this is really lame, but I don't care. It's Daniel Radcliffe.
Ah.
Daniel Radcliffe?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's cool.
I love Harry Potter.
Never
I
thought about
love the
that.
series.
Oh, that's a great show.
I don't think that whatever they're going to come out with here is going to ever do any justice to it. I think it's too soon. But Daniel Radcliffe is always going to be like, he's like my Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. Like, he is Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And, his autographs aren't like crazy expensive, but I think it'd be a cool one to have. So that's definitely one of them. Another one that I would like to have is, and his autographs are really expensive right now because I have actually looked into this one.
Oh, yeah.
But he is a Cleveland Browns player, but he just set the all-time sack record, beating Michael Strahan's record. I loved hearing him cry about that. he threw a big old fit. His name is Myles Garrett.
I've heard you talk about him.
Myles Garrett. He's a defensive end for the Browns.
Yeah.
And he is a dog.
Yeah.
He is incredible. Just watching, I mean, like he has to get double, triple teamed every game, just because the's a force.
Yeah, he's a beast.
And yeah, he did set the sack record, and he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Easily. There's no doubt in my mind he'll be in the Hall of Fame now.
Yeah.
If there was any doubt before this year, it's gone. He's only been in the league for maybe like 5-6 years, I think. But I think he'll
already setting records like that.
He'll be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But his autographs are super expensive, so I'm like, I'm not gonna drop like. I can't do that. They're too expensive. But that would be another cool person to have. So I have 1, 2, and then the third person's autograph who I want to have. It's actually another athlete. If you grew up watching basketball I think it was in from the late 90s to like up to like the 2010s. I think he retired in like 2010s ish. It's a basketball player. His name is Jason Williams, aka White Chocolate.
I forgot about him.
He played for, I think he's most known for his tenure with the Kings. I think that may have been where he was drafted. He played for some other teams, but if you've never watched him play, he's all like tatted up. He's a white dude from West Virginia. Like he went to the same high school as Randy Moss. Why didn't I say Randy Moss?
Hey,
that'd be a great autograph to have. But Jason Williams, he actually, him and Randy Moss in high school played on the basketball team together.
Oh wow!
It's like a little place in Rand, West Virginia. Not even sure where that is. Never looked it up.
Yeah.
But he's been on some podcasts lately. He's got he's a little thuggish, but I love it. But he played at Marshall for a while, and then obviously I think when he realized how good he was, he went and played at Florida. And then he went to but I still, I'd still like to have one just because he's a West Virginia boy.
Yeah.
And so I think those would probably be the three, which I wish I would have thought of Randy Moss. But he's another one that's like, I'm not going to spend that much money on an autograph.
Yeah.
I just do it for the low end collector side.
Yeah.
But so if you could, you don't even have to name three. Just if you could think of anybody who you think it'd be cool to have, like their autograph, like on, like maybe like a card or like just like a poster. I don't know, just something. Well, who do you think you want to have? Alabama.
I want him to sign my Alabama Christmas. I got one. I got two.
You got two?
Derek will like this one. How'd you announce me? B. Diddy.
B. Diddy.
I want P. Diddy's
You want
autograph.
P. Diddy's autograph? Oh, man.
And then I want R. Kelly's. And Mariah Carey's.
And Mariah Carey. All the most hated people in America. Let's just line them up.
Okay, no, I had to get that out of my system.
That was funny.
I was thinking of P. Diddy and R. Kelly. Couldn't get it out of my head. I had to say it out loud. Okay. The main one I would want, because he was just such a cool dude, was Paul Walker.
Oh, dude, I didn't even think
I
about
would have
that.
loved to have had his autograph. Like, he was just a good dude. I've talked about him before, but, like, I would like to have Paul Walker's autograph.
I never thought about that. He's been gone for
2013, dude.
Oh man, he's been gone for 13 years.
It's been a minute.
Wow.
But yeah, he was such a good dude. And I don't know. I guess I could, like on the Hollywood side, he comes to mind first. But of course, somebody like Ryan Villapoto. I would love. He was just so awesome. But like, even some of your like, it'd be cool to have like Ken Roxon or Eli Tomac's autograph. Great dudes.
It's kind of hard to find some. I've tried looking up some racing people before. They're kind of hard to find.
Yeah, like you can, like if you go to like the VIP stuff, like like get to the races early, like they'll sit out there and sign like a ton of autographs.
Really?
Yeah, like they're cool dudes, man. So down to earth. Like you'll bump shoulders with them sometimes, like around the arena. Like if like one of them may be running through there somewhere, like they're just maybe Lars Ulrich from Metallica. When I was a kid, that goes to my childhood because I was.
Is he the lead?
The drummer.
Oh, he's the drummer.
I was.
Is he still currently a drummer?
Yeah. They've only had a few lineup changes. Once or twice. Well, no, once was because of a death. Cliff. I forgot his last name. Their bassist. When he passed, they had Jason Newsted came in, and then he's with them for forever. But Lars Ulrich, though, the drummer, was because that was my thing. When I was young, I loved the drums, and I always looked up to him. I was like, he was so so good. Like those songs was so like.
I was trying to think of music people, but I couldn't off the top of my head. But now I think about it, some Blink-182, like Tom DeLonge, Mark Hoppus, Travis Barker autograph would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I think I might have had a chance to do something like that whenever I saw him, but it was just so expensive. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll end with a Johnny Cash. I think a Johnny Cash autograph would be cool.
Johnny Cash.
That was the man. That would be cool to have.
He hasn't been gone that long compared to like.
No,
if you think about him, you think about like 60s, 70s, but he hasn't been dead for that long. I don't think.
No,
I think maybe like 20 years.
Yeah, it was early 2000s.
like 2006-ish maybe.
I think. I kind of forget.
That would be a
But
super cool autograph.
That'd
though.
be cool.
That would be cool. We can go ahead and move into what the episode's going to be about. And the topic for this one is going to be gossip.
Ooh.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, you could substitute gossip, slander, lying.
So
You can
many.
kind of lump them in, but when you hear the term gossip, you know what I mean. Like most people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's pretty much just spreading information, whether it's true or not, about somebody to their detriment.
Yeah.
And gossip is one of these things that you don't. Some people may not even realize that they do it, because for a lot of people, it just becomes so. It's almost like embedded in your personality sometimes, and you may.
Yeah, you may not realize how bad you're doing it, really.
Like you may even realize that it's maybe something that's like not okay, but you don't realize how damaging it can be. Like people don't really understand how dangerous gossip is.
Yeah.
So this is one thing that if you look at this episode, you see, oh, they're talking about gossip. You may think that's a really mild subject. Like this is the kind of stuff that splits families, splits churches,
Yep.
ruins friendship, ruins lives. And it's hard to wrap your brain around. And if you're and I'm obviously, trying to speak towards, Christians here.
Mm-hmm.
If like someone does, and I think it's not just a problem with, like, you typically think about like high school, like, high school gossip, middle school gossip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, people that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s are just as bad.
No different, really.
They're just as bad.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the church. And this is the kind of stuff that drives people away because of things that get, spread throughout the congregation.
Yeah.
And like I said, this is like we're supposed to like mark divisive people,
Mm-hmm.
because this is a tactic that divisive people will use to get under people's skin,
Mm-hmm.
to basically get them ruined. Like, for example, and this is a very common thing, some maybe older man, woman, which is typical. I mean, they could be middle-aged.
Yeah.
Will say something bad about the preacher, or maybe an elder, or maybe just someone else in the congregation, just because they don't like them.
Yeah.
And they'll start like just whispering things into people's ears, like, oh, this person,
Oh, yeah.
I love them, but you can't trust them. Like, just, like little things like that.
Yeah.
They'll just like put little earworms into people.
Yeah. Like, what's your intentions, buddy?
Yeah. And probably the best thing to take away from this episode is obviously don't do it.
Yeah.
But the big thing is that you think also that by maybe just like being a part of it and not spreading it, that it's it's okay as long as you don't say anything. I'm not saying that it's straight up wrong to not say it, but the right thing to do in situations like that
Mm-hmm.
would be like, hey, like I don't want to hear this. Like, if
Yeah.
you got a problem with this person, you can take it up with them.
Yeah.
And we're supposed to mark those kind of people
Mm-hmm.
as people who are seeking to divide. And because why else would somebody be spreading this random information about people?
Yeah.
Or just say, why would you even say it? It's to damage them.
It's just bad intentions written all over it.
You're just trying to slander them.
Yeah.
And it's especially troubling for people like I do think this is one of the reasons why we have such a problem today filling the pulpit, because a lot of people that that are trained up to speak and to lead a church, they'll be gossiped about, and it will absolutely destroy. It will destroy their confidence. It will destroy their ministry with other people that maybe just that maybe they don't know them that intimately, but this is the only thing they hear about them. And you have these people that are probably great teachers, great speakers, and they just don't want to be a part of it anymore.
Yeah.
Like people don't realize the amount of hurt that it actually causes.
It's very damaging.
And it's really nice if you can train it out of somebody really early in life and they can see how damaging it is, which is one thing that I think that we've been really blessed to have leaders that acknowledge. Like the thing about them is that they want everything out there. Like, you got a problem, we're not going, we're not leaving, we're not doing anything else until we fix it.
Yeah, like you and so, whoever it is, we're going to sit down and talk this out.
Because, and that is extremely rare. Because a lot of places, they'll just sweep it under the rug, just like, oh, just let them be.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it'll be to their detriment.
Yeah.
And it'll end up, it grows and it turns from like this little, this tiny match into like an atom bomb that just upturns everything. And I've known people that are divisive, and I've seen it firsthand. I've seen the destruction that it caused.
That's scary stuff.
I'm 26 years old, and I've already seen it in multiple places.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and you think, why are people like this? Because there are a lot of people that are like this. I think people get on power trips a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
That's one thing. I think that they see themselves as really important, or that they want people to be behind them, or want people to like them. So they act like they're like they're buddy with them, giving them this information.
That's straight up manipulation.
Oh, it's 100% manipulation. It is 100% manipulation. And we should be the ones that put a stop to that stuff.
Yeah.
We should recognize it.
That's what, I remember Kirk teaching in the class a lot about that stuff. If someone's coming up to you saying all this stuff, why would they feel comfortable about it? You can't have them feel uncomfortable to come to you and say all this stuff. You have to be the one to be like you said earlier, I don't want to hear this. Like you can't allow them to feel like they can just do that around you. And he taught, you have to confront it. Like, it has to stop, or it'll just keep going. It keeps getting worse too.
And there's like an order of discipline, right? Which we can, you might be able to do a whole episode on just like discipline stuff. But, first we're supposed to confront them directly, say, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, saying this stuff. Next step is to take one witness, say, hey, stop.
Yeah. Next
thing to do is take it to the congregation or take it to leadership. And if they still don't stop, then at that point.
Yeah, it's like
but if it really does go that far.
Church discipline, if it comes to it.
Which that would be a great episode, because a lot of churches don't practice any church discipline at all.
Yeah,
because no one wants the confrontation, no one wants the negativity. Which, I get it. Like, we're in probably the most socially awkward phase in history. We avoid confrontation at all costs.
Yeah,
and this is gossip is one thing that it's like the weed that never gets tended to in the garden. You're just like, I'll just let it be. It's not hurting anything.
Yeah.
And then you walk out in 2 weeks and it's completely taken over all your crops.
Oh, it'll spread.
And that's just because we maybe don't see the importance, or we don't see how bad it could get. We don't see it as an immediate problem, and we don't see it worth disciplining for.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying first sign you just absolutely gossip, you throw him to the wolves. No, but you'd
cut off his tongue.
Maybe you could say something like, hey, you probably shouldn't be saying this stuff.
Yeah.
Or
just let him know, because they may not realize what they're doing, you know. I mean, not saying they're completely innocent. Usually they know, but they may not know to the extent of how dangerous that stuff is, you know.
And like I said, it could be something like, it doesn't have to be something like this person's sleeping with this person's wife, or something crazy.
Yeah.
It's just little things like oh man, like someone said they saw someone's car parked outside of I don't know the name of some bar or something.
Yeah.
Like I saw
I
them.
wonder what he was doing.
I saw them tossing, or saw them parked outside of the Applebee's past 10 o'clock. There's nothing good.
Yeah.
I don't know, just something stupid.
Yeah.
But it's all just to, like, if you really cared, I don't know, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you're really concerned,
Yeah.
if you have a true, like, tried true suspicion, concern, then you can take it to them. But to straight up just go whispering it around to people,
Yeah.
and trying to spread stuff, and because by the time it gets back to them, a lot of times it's too late.
Yep.
And it's like wildfire. It just takes up. It just consumes everything.
Yeah, and then, who knows what the truth was? What if their car was just broke down? Like,
Yeah.
they just parked there, like,
Yeah, it's something just completely
totally innocent.
completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
But or it wasn't even their car. You just
Yeah.
thought they were out of town.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? But it's kind of like playing the telephone game in school. Like, remember, like, you whisper something to someone and they go around the circle until it gets back to the original person, and they try to repeat what the original statement was.
Yeah.
That honestly, it's kind of a really good illustration on how gossip does spread and how things get twisted and changed.
Oh, so bad. Twisted.
And a lot of people may not realize, like, this is people's lives that you're messing around with.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, I heard so-and-so was dating so-and-so. Like, I don't know. It seems petty, but there are a lot of older, like, people that should know better that do this stuff because they don't like somebody.
Yeah.
And they want to get them out, so they form this coalition, and just I don't know, but that's how division starts.
Yeah.
And that's the last thing that we need is more division.
Mm.
Just the topic of gossip in general, slander. If you think about, like, Scripture says, like, our words are supposed to be for the uplifting. Like, reading in Ephesians, it's supposed to be for the uplifting,
Mm-hmm.
for, like, exhortation, things like that.
Yeah, encouragement. Like,
I think it's I could be wrong, but I think it's James that I believe it's James that writes. We say these bad things and also say these good things. How can these things come from the same mouth?
mm-hmm.
Like it kind of goes back to the church of compromise. Like, you say you're one thing, you do another.
Yeah. Yeah.
And-
Which one are you?
And for a lot of people, it's pretty clear what you're trying to do. Like,
Mhm.
there's no mystery behind what you're trying to accomplish. And then you do have also a group they may not realize the extent of the damage that they're causing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're one of those people, just don't want to have any part of it. And thankfully, that's something that I was able to see firsthand, see the destruction of, and learn early in life that it's such a bad idea. And I have no desire to be a part of it.
No.
And it's something we should avoid. And if you are somebody, being honest with yourself, if you are somebody that has done this, I would implore you to, if you really do have a problem with some person, and that's why you're saying things, just talk to them.
Yeah.
Like I said, I know we're in a day and age where confrontation is like the big, like, no one wants to be the big bad guy, and no one wants to face to face. Just talk. I mean, if you really are concerned, if you really claim to follow Christ,
Mm-hmm.
if you claim the love of Christ, if you claim to be a part of the church,
Yeah.
the body of Christ, then this is what you would do.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we're supposed to weed out the divisive people, because you're only seeking to destroy. I would be more than happy if someone that's completely unrepentant, absolutely throw them to the curb, because the only thing they're seeking to do is just tear down. I have no problem throwing that person out to the curb.
Yeah,
Now, if you are repentant about it, you're truly sorry about it. That's different. 100% different. But it's something we can't ignore.
The one thing that gets people trapped in it, it's the entertaining part of it. Like, just take like a social media post that, like, somebody's just dogging on somebody else, and they've went to social media with it, and then you see there's like 800 and some comments. So you're like, you're in there popping popcorn and just sitting there reading the comments. It's entertaining because you're just reading all this, which is all gossip. It's just garbage, but there's an entertaining part to it. Everybody wants to. I can't think of the word. It's the. I don't know. You're just wanting to see what's up. It's kind of entertaining, and I, but that stuff's awful. Like, who does that anyway? Like, goes to social media with their problem. That's like the worst place to. What is that saying? Air out your laundry or whatever. Like, don't be that person. Don't go to social media and just file your complaints like with some disagreement you have with somebody. You go talk to that person. Don't just blast them on social media but yeah, as an outsider, yeah, that it is kind of entertaining to read all that garbage, but that's the only thing, just the entertaining part of it. But it's awful.
Yeah, I agree 1,000%. I did have a couple verses in front of me that I wanted to read. I'll read from, and some of these are from Proverbs. I was trying to decide which ones. I'll read Proverbs 12:18. It says, "There's one whose rash words are like sword thrusts, but the tongue of the wise brings healing." Proverbs 17:27. "Whoever restrains his words has knowledge, and he who has a cool spirit is a man of understanding. Even a fool who keeps silent is considered wise. When he closes his lips, he's deemed intelligent." Some of you may have heard the quote before that a man who doesn't speak is deemed wise, but a fool opens his mouth and removes all doubt. Which I guess it's kind of a different way of saying that verse, but it's true, and we should be using. And by the way, this is pretty much right up with lying, because a lot of things that people say in these situations are just not truthful.
Oh no.
Or
probably
they'll
80 to 90% of the time.
Even if you say they're, and oh my goodness, it bugs me so much when people try to say I wasn't technically lying. Oh man, I could do a series on that. I wasn't technically lying. When you fabricate or you maybe just like, I don't know, you make it seem, just add a little fluff or something. I wasn't technically lying. Okay. First of all, deception and lying are both wrong. They're one and the same.
Yeah.
If you are, whether what you're saying is technically a lie or not, if you're intending to deceive, you are a deceiver, whether your words are true or not.
Yeah. Okay,
so let's just get that out of the way. So don't think and I hate which a lot of people tend to do this in Christianity. They try to, and the first thing I think of, which I don't know why I'm picking on Mormons, but I see a lot of people, a lot of good examples in Mormonism. Like they if they can get around the words of how like things you're not allowed to do, then
How much can I twist it?
yeah, like I've seen like people like the one to get like tattoos. Like you can't get tattoos, but so what they'll do is they'll like hold the ink pen over and they'll like shake them up and down to where like because like you know what it does is it like inject, and I'm like that's so dumb.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that God rebuked his people for in the end of the Old Testament, or the end of the writings of the Old Testament. Obviously, of the 400 years of silence, is that he tells them your heart's not in it. This is all in vain. Your sacrifices are awful. Your incense, I don't want it. I wish one of you had the guts to shut the doors and walk away.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's the same. We're doing the same thing. If you're just trying to find loopholes, there's no loopholes in Christianity.
No.
There's no loopholes. Your relationship, like Jesus talks about, the people that are praying in the streets and fasting and disfiguring their faces. They want to be seen. You know, their reward is here. This is their reward.
Yeah.
But you, when you fast in secret, or don't let people know that you're fasting. When you pray, go to your secret room or your closet, whatever. That's where you pray.
Mm-hmm.
Your reward is in heaven. Our relationship is with the Father. Yes, we should be uplifting, exhorting one another, but our relationship, our priority is with God.
Yeah.
Right? And through his Son, we have that access. And if we're hurting the bride, man.
Yeah.
God help the man that messes with the bride of Christ.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be that guy.
Mm-mm.
And that sounds like a really harsh thing to say. And I kind of mean it to be.
But it's the truth.
I mean, you're messing with the bride of Christ. You're messing with the body of Christ.
Yeah, you don't be that Christian.
Yeah.
With Christians, Christianity, you're either in or you're out. There's no like on the fence.
Yeah. I think, and you saying that reminded me of something. It was like it's like an old illustration. It's about a man who he couldn't decide if he wanted to follow God or be in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And he came to the fence. And so what he decided was he'd have one leg on both sides. Right. So he lived his entire life just straddling this fence. And finally one day he died. And he next thing you knew, he was right next to Satan. And he goes, what am I doing here? He goes, dude, don't you know I own the fence? One of the best things I heard.
No straddling it the whole time.
Yeah, because it's like this like lukewarm idea.
Yeah.
And which is true. Satan owns the fence.
Yeah.
100% he owns the fence. You're either you're in or you're out.
Yep. You can't be on the fence.
It's
That's
like
pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I didn't come up with that. I don't know who came up with it, but it's great.
Yeah.
But the topic of gossip. This is just one big example of something that is just it's kind of like shrugged off. It's like, oh, that's just who they are. Just let them be.
Mm-hmm.
These are divisive people, and if you don't take a hold of it, it could well destroy you. It could destroy the church, because that's what they're after.
Yeah, that type of person ain't good for me to be around, to be honest with you. Like, I don't like people like that. It makes me think things I shouldn't be thinking as a Christian.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that feeling neither. Like,
and it does kind of give you like that satisfaction, like you're like, oh, like I'll like spill the tea. Let's get the dirt.
Yeah, tell me what you know.
Yeah. If it should make you angry. If
it makes you angry,
especially if you're someone that you know how bad what they're doing can get.
Yeah.
Because this is way beyond high school drama. Like these are.
Yeah.
People are walking away from preaching. People are walking away from ministry completely because of this stuff.
That's terrible.
Because of some rumor, something that was said about them, or this one divisive person got a bunch of people to rally against somebody, and And
Yeah.
people get like deeply hurt. Like, I would be surprised that there, which I know it's impossible to get a number like this. Not people that just like walked away from ministry, but walked away from Christianity completely because of this stuff.
Man.
It's awful.
Yeah, that
And
is.
if you're someone that does it, or what, maybe you don't realize you do it, get a hold of it.
Yeah.
You got to get a hold of it, because you're going to destroy your soul.
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
You're a divider, and we don't. And I know I've said sort of a lot of the same things twice. And I don't mean it to be like. I feel like I'm coming off a lot more harsh than what I typically do. I'm not trying to be, but what I am trying to do is really just drive home how bad it is,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
how we just should avoid it. That's it.
Yeah.
I know confrontation is hard. I know no one wants to be the bad guy, but just if you can't do anything else, just don't be a part of it.
Yeah.
If you can't do anything else we've said,
Yeah,
just
definitely.
don't be a part
Don't
of it.
side with it. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
side with it.
Yeah, that's the wrong side.
That's the wrong move. But I think we covered it pretty well. So this is episode 10 in the books now, and I made a decision
Mm-hmm.
that we do have a winner for the giveaway,
Sweet.
but I'll leave it up to them whether they want to have their name said or not. So I'm not going to say their name, but there has been a winner, and so we'll let them know and then go from there. But and also I may have special guests or two coming up here soon, so
Sweet.
that'll be fun.
That's awesome.
They're gonna sit on Brian's lap.
Yeah, buddy. Better sleep in the house.
They're gonna share headphones. Oh man. No, we got a lot of fun stuff just planned. We were off for, we were probably spent the most amount of time without recording anything so far since we started.
Yeah.
And I kind of, got overwhelmed with just like planning for stuff. We have like multiple weddings coming up, and just
yeah, dude, it's getting ready to be a busy couple months.
So I want to try to get it out at least every 2 weeks. I don't want to go more than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But if I can do one a week, I will.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just no guarantees.
Yeah.
I just things happen.
A lot going on.
We can only do so much. But we enjoy doing this, and we want to try to get out as much content as we can.
Oh yeah.
Try to help the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But thanks again to Brian Schultz and Jason Cole for the
Mhm.
shout out.
Yeah.
Again, check them out. They are great. The
Awesome.
Theology Nerds
Awesome.
podcast. Is there anything else you wanted to add?
Let me tell you a juicy secret. No, oh, don't be that, Christian. Don't be gossiping. Yeah, I'm glad you covered this topic because, like you said, most people, they're probably going to tune out and not even, like, they don't even think, well, that's nothing. But no, gossip's, it's just straight evil, really. Like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
it just destroys so many things. So I'm glad you covered this topic, buddy.
Yeah, I think it was a good one.
Yeah.
I really do. And one thing I didn't mention it wasn't in the clip that I played earlier, but at the end of the episode, or in the end of the Theology Nerds in their episode, they mentioned that they were going to have to return the favor. If you're watching the video, I'm going to look at the camera. Jason and Brian, my shoe size is 11. My car size is Lamborghini.
Yeah, buddy.
No, I'm just playing. That's I don't
That's
know.
awesome.
I just thought it was cool. I honestly, I don't care if they return anything. I just wanted to give that to them just because, I really appreciate what they do.
They're
And
two of the best guys I know, man. Both of them.
oh yeah,
I love those guys to death.
both awesome speakers.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And some of you may remember I recommended one of Jason's books already, which he has more that I could recommend in the future. Yeah, maybe especially with maybe I'll try to do maybe more biblical like book themed episodes maybe, and then because he has a ton of Hebrews, he has I can't even name them all. He has a bunch of different commentaries that he's done. He just recently came out with one for Romans, which it's one chapter in Romans, I believe. I can't remember exactly what chapter it was. Oh man, it's escaping me. But check out his stuff. He's great.
Oh yeah, awesome.
And I think that's going to about cover it. Appreciate you all for listening, supporting us so far. If you stuck around,
Yeah, buddy.
We'll try to have some more episodes out soon, and we might do some more giveaways in the future. I don't have unlimited money, but I like doing this stuff. Like I like these mugs are like one of the coolest things I've ever made.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
But we'll do some more cool stuff. But that's going to wrap it up for episode 10. Again, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for tuning in. And I guess until next time, just be that Christian. Thank you, guys.